Hey guys, it's a market update. It's looking really good, isn't it? If you've been holding Bitcoin the last few weeks when everything else is falling apart, the whole reason why we hold Bitcoin is literally playing out right now. We're still in the uptrend, the 50 period moving average, this huge bull market. We bounce, we bounced again. We're trying to break through this downtrend that we had. Really strong bounce. 3 weeks of green candles here. We're going higher again, now 88,000. Holding Bitcoin when everything else is literally crumbling around you. That is why we hold it. We'll go through these charts in this video just to let you know what's happening for the rest of this cycle. If you trade Bitcoin or crypto, check out Bybit. You can get a $30,000 deposit bonus all the way up to 30, no matter what you deposit on there. And I'll be updating the Crypto Investor course next weekend. I'm going to post these videos. Huge updates to this cycle, what I'm doing, and also adding a bunch of videos as well. So if you've got the course already, that's completely free update for you. Go and check it out by the link below. Get in, you can get all updates for free forever, private Discord groups as well. The whole entire reason that we own Bitcoin is literally playing out right in front of our eyes. You hold it, it's the best money. That's it. It's not an inflation hedge. It's not this or that. It's just money. That's what it is. It's not an investment, right? It's your money. And it's playing out. Everyone knows that bonds are a scam. Everyone knows. Governments know. China doesn't want them. They know it's a scam. They know they're getting debased. Investors don't want them. That's why in Europe you have these rules set by the government that pension funds and banks have to buy them because no one actually wants them because they're a scam, right? You just want to hold money. And that's playing out over the long term. For the rest of this cycle, it's all set up for another big move, I think, to the upside in money, in Bitcoin, because the fiat system, we know it's a scam and it has to debase itself constantly. So here's the long-term chart of BTC. What I want to show you is global net liquidity and the dollar index. So last bull market, right? You can see this big bull market where Bitcoin goes from the lower bound through the trend rate of growth and then up to the upper bound. Great bull market, right? Now we come down to global net liquidity, right? Central bank liquidity. You can see this absolutely insane explosion in global net liquidity around the world, right? And that absolutely perfectly coincides with the Bitcoin bull market here, up to here. And then as it tails off, as it tapers, that's when Bitcoin tops out. And as it reduces, you get this huge bear market. It's absolutely one for one, right? We come down to global liquidity, which splits basically US and China liquidity, right? So you have red China and blue USA right here in the last bull market. Right here, we start climbing. As we taper, come into a bear market. Now we can see what's happening is that global liquidity around the world is starting to go a bit higher, but it's still in this downtrend, right? It's still a little bit weak. China have been easing. We know that, right? So they've been first and they're trying to ease because they had this, recessionary data. So they're easing, but the big one is the States, right? And that's actually still pretty weak. You can see that. So global net liquidity is trying to peak up, but we're nowhere near an explosion like we get in a real bull market. I think that's coming. Gold tells us that that's coming, right? No one wants bonds. So who's going to buy them? The only person that can buy them is the central bank because they can print the money. No, investors don't want these things. So you're going to print it from the central bank, you're going to buy the bonds, and that distorts all price levels again, and risk assets go higher. Now the dollar index is important as well, because this is dollar liquidity around the world, right? So let's go back to the previous bull market, huge bull market here. Look at the dollar index. Dollar index, right, as it gets stronger, the dollar gets stronger here, it's an uptrend of strength in the dollar index, you have this bear market. Now we come down, the dollar peaks, dollar goes weaker dollar index. Just so happens to coincide exactly with the bull market for Bitcoin. As the dollar index bottoms, that's the peak of the bull market for Bitcoin. As the dollar strengthens, you get this huge bear market for Bitcoin. Now, everyone's saying, look at this. Dollar's weakening. That's part of trade and tariff negotiations. Everyone wants a weaker dollar. The US wants a weaker dollar. If we get this weaker dollar again, down to the lows here, that's another massive move for BTC. This white line is where the cycle usually tops out. And so if we were to consider that global liquidity will increase over the next 6 to 8 months, which is probably going to happen, and the dollar index continues to go lower over the next 6 to 8 months, it's pretty good news. This white line is when the Bitcoin cycle usually tops out. It's not just a Bitcoin cycle, it's a central bank cycle. The central bank cycle of printing money and debasing the currency because no one wants it. And they're in so much debt that they need to print the money to raise bond prices and to push the price of everything higher to debase the debt in today's purchasing power terms. This white line, if we carry on and we have a good bull market, then this upper bound would be $240,099 per Bitcoin, not a price prediction. Who on earth is going to buy all these bonds, right? Not just from the US, but every other central bank, China and Europe and every other one. They're highly indebted, right? Debt to GDP ratio. Interest rates are going up. Net interest payments are going up. How can they pay for all this? They can't. If you're a foreign nation and the US comes to you and says, can you buy our 30-year paper, please? We'll pay you 4.9% interest, right? And the real inflation rate's 8%. I asked Grok, if it's 8%, that's the long-term average of real inflation, right? 8%. If it's 8% a year for 30 years, how much does the price level rise by? 900%. And you're getting 5% in these bonds for 30 years. It's just a payment, right? It's not an investment, it's a payment. So that's why the US has to strong arm everyone, and part of tariff negotiations, get them to buy these bonds, right? Get them to just give the money into the paper and that's it. It's not investment. It's a negotiation between nations. But if you're an individual, I mean, you just can't buy this stuff. Maybe you can trade it. Maybe you want to trade the bonds up here and you think the interest rate's going to come down over the next year or so, right? If there's a recession, right? If the interest rate comes down, the bond goes up in price and you can trade that. That's for hedge funds and professional traders, right? We don't do that as individuals. Why would you? You want to buy assets, right? Bitcoin is that play, right? It's not just a trade. It's actually your savings in money, right? So the dollar index is crashing, but bond yields are going higher. Super painful. At some point, I mean, that was the pain last time. What's going to happen here? You have to wait for that recessionary data to come out in the States. That's why they're waiting, right? They actually need that recessionary data to give them the political and social cover to then essentially drop rates lower and start printing money again, or in some way trying to release money into the system, which would be forced into bonds, bring the interest rates down. When that happens, risk assets go higher. So that's what I'm waiting for, and happy to be patient. This trade is the trade of our generation, not just a week or a month, right? No one wants these bonds, right? The whole system is insolvent, and we have to get out of that. You have to buy assets. Bitcoin, 88,000, outperforming the stock market. This is it, right? This is the asset to be in. It feels like we're in a growth slowdown right now, right? Or a recession. It just feels very soft. And that is all controlled by the fiscal side, right? Debt spending, and the monetary side, interest rates, and basically just printing money or taking it out. Absolutely all fiat currency data like GDP and inflation and even employment are completely controlled in an authoritarian way by the government and the central bank, who print money or not. Print money, put currency units in, prices go up, GDP goes up, hiring goes up. Take it out, it all comes down. What they've done with tariffs, right, it's just a big worldwide tax. And when you tax people, you take money out of the system, right, because the money that people have and they spend, more of that is going towards tax, which takes out of the system, right? So you're cancelling that, and the price level of everything falls down. So GDP and inflation will fall. Complete authoritarian control over the metrics the government has through tax and fiscal policy, right? They have complete control over that. And that's what they're doing. And they're drawing it all down. And then, of course, they want to pump it later because they have such high debt to GDP. You cannot cancel money and pay it off. It's impossible. There's not enough currency units. You start cancelling the money, the price level goes down, GDP goes down, your debt stays the same, makes it even worse. So that's why they have these very short, sharp shocks where they do something crazy, drop everything, tax everyone, get the soft data coming out, everyone gets scared, and that gives them the political and social power to go ahead and print money again. We're going to drop rates, we're going to print money, we're going to buy our own bonds because no one else wants to buy them. So we're going to print money to buy our own bonds back. That creates huge inflation in the future, of course, because you need it. You're trying to do that. You're trying to give yourself cover over a certain period of time to print money to buy your own bonds back, to debase the currency, and to raise inflation and GDP through that money printing, to debase the net interest payments that you have. Because if the price level goes up, then the net interest you're paying out on previous debt becomes softer. This is the game. It's basically one massive scam, and we're in it right now. Good. Send the data lower. I'm in Bitcoin. I can hold through any drawdown, but I know that you have to print later. And that's what gold is saying. We expect China GDP to slow sharply. There's a big recession here. They want to smash massive stimulus into their markets, but they can't do so with a very strong dollar because that will create a run on their currency. So if the dollar index keeps going down, that gives the Chinese cover to stimulate as well. It's almost like they're working together, and a lot of the battles are just a negotiation. Chinese easing in our baseline is getting closer to the 2020 level. Whew, that is shocking. That is a lot of stimulus. What happened to Bitcoin around then? It went onto a huge bull market because stimulus in the currency. If you want to value it in the currency, then it's going to go higher. Empire State New Orders looking very, very recessionary. Yes, because they raised taxes on everyone. So you're going to stop economic activity. Housing market hit by breathtaking collapse. Here's Austin, massive collapse, right? Of course it is, because the price of a house is irrelevant. How many bits of paper do you price one house in? Depends how many bits of paper there are. You cancel paper out, the price goes down. You put paper in, the price goes up. But we need to be in Bitcoin because we know over the long term there is a 100% possibility that those bits of paper will increase over time versus BTC. This is a great chart from Luke Groman here as well, and it shows real interest rates, right? So if you're holding a bond that's getting 5%, but the inflation rate is 20%, your real interest rate's minus 15%. You're getting debased, right? Because even though you hold a bond that's paying you some interest, the real rate of inflation in things that you need to buy is much higher than that. And that is debasement of currency, right? It's known as financial repression. You have this thing, but you're just getting completely debased by the price of other things. Last time global debt to GDP was this high was the Second World War. Global real rates bottomed at anywhere from minus 15 to minus 70%. What that means is if you hold a bond, right, the real rate that you're getting on that bond is minus 15% or minus 70% because everything else is going up way in price. You're getting wrecked, right? That is the scam of bonds. Depending how badly the country in question had been deindustrialized, slightly different. As you can see, these here, the US real rate minus 15%, and then you actually had some positive rates again. By the 70s and 80s, financial repression again. Australia, negative real rates, right? Look at Japan and France and Italy, huge negative, down to minus 70 almost. You're getting debased. That's what they're going to do. That's the currency. You can't get debased in Bitcoin though, can you? These are buyers of treasuries versus buyers of gold, right? So you can see here, central banks, no currency is going to replace the USD, but gold has been replacing USTs, treasuries, as primary reserve asset for 11 years. Gold has crushed USTs in that time, but most still refuse to accept reality. Everyone knows this actually, right? Every country knows that if you hold bonds, you're paying, right? You're paying for that. And that has to be part of tariff negotiations where, look, the US goes and says, you can't defend yourself, buy our bonds, lose money, consider it a payment for protection. That's it, right? But real assets are pricing in the real price level, everything. This is it. This is the scam of fiat. This is a scam of bonds. We know that. That's why we're in BTC, right? Literally in an uptrend, trying to break out again. Amazing. If you trade, $30,000 deposit bonus on Bybit. I will be updating the Crypto Investor course next week as well. Lots of updates here, free for existing members. Check it out via the link below. I'm James, it's Money G. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.